think that the people that are discovering how to unleash their greatness are people who have the mental resiliency and the courage to face failure, that you will fail your way to greatness, that most people allow their fear of failure to outweigh their desire to succeed. When you're willing to fail again and again and again, when you make up your mind to become unstoppable, when you make up your mind to become a no matter what person, then that will then give birth to a part of yourself that you don't know right now.
Do you have the courage to act outwardly on what you see inwardly? Or will you die a dreamer? Will you die on the verge and on the edge and in the land of coulda, woulda, and shoulda? I'm going to drop something on you. It takes courage to be successful. It is far easier not to be successful. Misery will always have company. Success breeds contempt. If you don't want to make waves, be mediocre, be normal, and fit in. And if you're more concerned about people than you are God, then neutralize everything He put in you. Just fit in with everybody else. Dress like them, walk like them, act like them, eat like them, go where they go, think like they think, do what they do. And once you neutralize your uniqueness, you don't need courage. It takes courage to be different. It takes courage to be exceptional. It takes courage to be wise. It takes courage to be rich. It takes courage to be educated. It takes courage to be knowledgeable. Because the moment you do, but you don't talk like, oh, you forgot where you came from. Look at you, it takes courage. And I'm just wondering, in this weak, watered down, mediocre society that we live in today, in this reality TV world we live in today, I'm wondering if there's anybody left that's got the courage to say, after all I've been through, and all my ancestors have been through, and all my parents have been through, I didn't come through all of that just to fit in with normalcy. I have the courage to go after my dream and stand for the Lord. It takes courage to get you outside of the box. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win. People don't talk about people that don't win. If you win, they're going to talk about you. Do you have the courage to stand there though the storms keep raging and the people get to talking and you stand there and say, I've come too far to turn around? Do you have the courage?
Everybody, I pray that you're having an amazing morning. And of course, our ultimate goal here on the prayer line is that your life become more holistic, but most importantly, that your life become extremely better. I pray last night that you got you some rest and that you just didn't go to sleep. For those of us who don't understand that concept, that there are many people who went to sleep last night but did not get rest. And for some of us, we know the difference between the two, that you can toss and turn absolutely all night long, wake up after 8 to 10 hours and still be tired. And that is because your body didn't get any rest. But our ultimate prayer on the prayer line, that when you go to sleep, that you ultimately get some rest. Hey, listen, for those of us, if this is your very first time on the prayer line, there are two things that we do. We start the prayer line off, number one, by giving God some form of adoration. in Philippians, Paul tells the people of Philippi, he said, before you make a supplication, before you ask God for anything, how about you show him how grateful you are for the things he has already done? And I wonder this morning, how many of us are really thankful and grateful for what we have? And I posed this question some time ago. If you woke up this morning with only, what you thank God for yesterday, who would be in your life and what would be in your life? I want that question to kind of like get down in your soul real fast. If you woke up this morning with what you showed God you was grateful for yesterday, who would be in your life and what would be in your life? Can you really thank God for the next couple of seconds? I'm gonna move fast because I have a word for somebody this morning. And if you don't let me know I'm talking to you, we're gonna fight for real when I see you. If you woke up this morning with only what you showed God you was grateful for yesterday, who would be in your life and what would be in your life, right? And so let's show God how grateful we are for what he has given us. The second thing that we do on the prayer line, only if it's blessing you, is that we share this live with at least 10 people, right? Except the ones who are driving. To those of us who are looking at the live at the barbershop, the hair salon, the cafeteria, at the job, to those who are listening by phone, to those who are watching it on YouTube, Facebook, I need you to do me a favor and help me touch as many people as we possibly can, so we cannot, so we can prohibit hearing stories of people who couldn't find a reason to live. Excuse me, life was too hard for them to keep going. I want you to help me share this because you don't know who might just need the word today. If they don't come back tomorrow, I'm not talking about that. That's tomorrow. I'm talking about today. Somebody going to need this word for sure today, because I'm going to share this word today. And there is no part 2 to this one, simply because God dropped something on my spirit this morning for you, or for someone who's in this particular predicament. All right. You shared it. All right, come on. Let me go and say this. I titled this particular prayer line "Slow Motion" for me. Don't worry about the title as much. I thought about it once I titled it. Slow motion. In reference to, there are 2 instances where the Lord tell us to take our time, to slow down. One philosopher says this. One philosopher said that if you are absolutely positively in control, he says that you're moving too slow. You're not moving fast enough. Because the greatest part of life is when you're not in control, but that you are extremely confident and convinced that God will get you out and bring you through whatever it is that you're going through. Now, I need some fire emojis right up in here, like right up in this portion right here, where somebody can testify. My greatest moments in life came when my life seemed like it was absolutely out of control. Come on, let me see if I hope I'm not the only one. Some of the greatest moments in my life, some of the greatest people walked into my life when my life was absolutely a mess. Some of the greatest moments of my life came when I thought my life was out of control. And I agree with that author. I quoted that author because one writer said, if it's not worth being repeated, it wasn't worth being said. And I say that one more time, that if you are absolutely in control of your life, you're moving too slow. You're not moving fast enough. For all of us know that life is a roller coaster, right? And life is not a race, it's a marathon. And the truth of the matter is, life can bring its most joyous moments. When that child was born, think about it. You was in a headspace. You was like, I don't know what was going to happen. When you got your degree, think about it. Come on. When you purchased your first house, when they called you and gave you the promotion, when you landed your dream job, when you built your dream home, when you traveled the furthest in life, those moments were so amazing. And they came at a moment of your life where it seems like it was uncontrollable. Why? Because you have to have the confidence and convince that even in the most uncontrollable season of your life, boy, I'm talking already, that God have your back. Okay, that's number one. I also want you to write this down for some of you all who you good at texting and you're chilling right now at home. I want you to jot this down for me right quick. Your life will always move in the direction, don't miss this, of your strongest thought. All right, let's do this one more time. All right, your life will only move in the direction of your strongest talk. Your life will only move, in the direction of your strongest thought, not your thought life, your strongest thought. Okay. Mark Twain says, what gets us into trouble is not what we don't know. It's what we know for sure that just ain't true. Oh, man. Okay, come on, do it again, Pastor. What gets us in trouble is not what we don't know. Mark Twain said, what gets us in trouble is what we know for sure, but it's just not true. This morning, I want to throw up some scriptures for you this morning because I think this is imperative. And I really want to pray this morning because God told me this morning that there's going to be a lot of people on this live this morning who right now in your life, you have to make a humongous decision. Okay. This is going to scare you. This is going to make you very uneasy for a little bit. But this morning, God told me that there are going to be people listening to me this morning who have to make a huge life decision that can be detrimental or fatal to their future. So this morning live is to talk about the time that God tell us to slow down. And this is the moment. And I started the broadcast off talking about speed and timing because I want to put the emphasis or help you synchronize your mind and say, there is only 2 times in your spiritual development that God is going to tell you to slow down. Number one is going to be to make major decisions. Okay, whether it's a major life decision, whether it's a decision financially, whether it's a decision for relationally. I want to help you this morning. I'm going to give you some scriptures so you can go back and read them for yourself. The Bible said in 1 Kings chapter number 8, verse number 58. Man, boy, I love God for real. This all jokes aside, nobody can convince me that God ain't real. I know He's real. And I'm about to start busting out singing the old school song. He's real, real. Jesus is real to me. Oh, yes, He gives me the victory. So many people doubt Him. I can't live without Him. That is why I love Him so. Ooh, that done got good. He's so real to me. Come on. Everybody say real. Come on, type that, real. Jesus is real to me. Man, I wish I was at church right now with an organ. Oh, yes, He gives me the victory. So many people doubt Him, but I can't live without Him. That is why I love Him so. He's so real to me. Come on, the verse in 1 Kings chapter number 8, verse number 58. May He keep us centered and devoted to Him, following the life path He has cleared, watching the signposts, walking at the pace and rhythm He laid down for our ancestors. Here is what in the book of Kings they're telling us is that God has made the path clear. Okay. All right. Let me move on because I have to give you these scriptures this morning because I want you to be girded with enough word to make the decision by which you have to make. All right. The first thing that the first time that God tells us to slow down or a season where we have to take our time is when we are making a major decision in our lives. Proverbs 21 and 29. Write that on the screen for me real fast, everybody. Proverbs 21 and 29. I want to give this to you real fast this morning because I don't want you to I don't want you to miss this decision. And I tell people all the time that major decisions, major life decisions are critical to our development and to our well-being. Proverbs 21:29, here it is. Wicked people bluff their way. Ooh, watch this. Come on back here. Come on back here. Wicked people use intimidation tactics. Come on back here. Wicked people manipulate other people. Wicked people bluff their way, but God's people think before they take a step. I want to challenge somebody this morning that before you make this huge, big decision, God has already revealed it in your head. He will reveal it in your head, or have already revealed it in your head, because God works through our thinking and our imagination and our thought life. And I tell people, the Bible says that God can do exceedingly abundantly all that we ask or even we think. For the 10 people who don't mind throwing some fire emojis, you're not crazy that your imagination is extensive. Because if you could take that same extensive imagination, somebody is putting it on film, they call it creativity. Oh man, I think I done slipped into something. All right. Wicked people bluff their way. Wicked people wish their way through life. I don't wish my way through life. I have faith and confidence. Some people interpret it as arrogance. Some people can interpret it as being conceited. I interpret it as being convinced. I'm convinced that I'm the lender and not the borrower. Come on, fire emojis. I'm convinced that I'm above and not beneath. I'm convinced. You can't tell me I'm not that. And for you to deny my ability to believe in me means that you deny and forfeit my ability to love you. I'm about to go. See y'all later. Ooh, that felt so good just now. Come on, one more time. If you deny my ability to love, to value, and to cherish me, you are denying my ability to love, respect you for who you are. And the only people who don't like you to talk that way are the people where your confidence has met their insecurities. Bravo. Bravo. One more time. The only people that hate you talking about you that way are the people where your confidence has met their insecurities. Watch this. No, you don't believe me? Watch this. Somebody put this Bible. Come on, throw it on the screen real fast. This Bible. When you start saying things like, I am above and not beneath. I'm the head, not the tail. I'm the lender, not the borrower. I'm more than a conqueror. I'm victorious. I'm this, I'm that. I'm this, I'm that. I'm this. Affirmation, confirmation. You are only doing what Jesus did. The only thing we know about Jesus really in the New Testament, for all of my theologians, Christology wise, is what he told us about himself, which means that Jesus stood up and said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man come to the Father but by me. I am the living bread. I'm the living water. Jesus was telling us who he was because he is confidently assured God made him that way. Okay? You don't have to bluff your way through life. You walk, oh my God, you walk according to what? All right, one more time. One more time. You cannot deny me from loving me the way that I love me, because if so, you forfeit the opportunity for me to love you the way you need to be loved. All right, come on. Proverbs 4, verse number 26. No. Proverbs 23. Which one it is? Throw it up there, Henderson. Is it 21 and 5? Thank you. Proverbs 22 and 3. Come on, let's go. Proverbs 22 and 3. Sensible people will see trouble coming and avoid it, but an unthinking person will walk right into it and regret it later. If this ain't simple, come on, everybody, throw that up there. Proverbs 22. This is for everybody this morning who's about to make a huge decision. And I'm gonna pray, and I'm gonna seal this prayer about that decision making. Sensible people will see trouble coming and avoid it. You're not soft, you're not scary. You don't get no buttons taken off your belt. No, but an unthinking person will walk right into it and regret it later. If you only knew how many people their conscience is killing them. Come on, throw that on the screen right quick. Their conscience is eating them up because they regret it, but they can't say it out of their mouths. You don't got to tell me. I know what I'm talking about. All right, come on. Proverbs 21:5. That's next. All right, come on. Last verse. All right, I gave you Proverbs 21:29, Proverbs 22:3, Proverbs 21:5. Come on, let's go. Plan carefully and you will have plenty. This is Bible, y'all. If you act too quickly, you will never have enough. Ooh. Come on, I have 7 minutes, y'all. Come on, I gotta hurry up. Come on. Proverbs 21:5. Plan carefully and you will have plenty. If you act too quickly, you will never have enough. My mother used to tell me all the time, when I used to stay in the state of Maryland, I used to be gone so much. And she used to take my car keys and hide them from me so I can spend some time with her. And me and her sitting down at the table one day, we was eating some grits and fried fish. I remember that. And some eggs. And she told me, son, a horse that run fast don't run long. And she was telling me really, and honestly, she was trying to convey to me that I have to be more careful with my time and be more careful with my energy and be more careful with all that I was given to life. And at that time, life wasn't giving nothing back to me. She was saying, plan carefully and you'll have plenty. If you act too quickly, if you are impulsive, if you're emotional, if you just run quickly into stuff, if you don't take your time to make decisions, if you don't sit back on some stuff and peep the scene and vet some people, you're getting in bed with your worst enemy. Yeah. If you don't sit back and vet some stuff, you can be in love with a person one day and wake up the next day to a perfect stranger. You got to sit back and watch. You would never have enough. That's what she was saying. You always be out there talking about, I'm still getting it, and I'm still grinding. This is the only time. This is one of the only times. It's only two, and I share the second one tomorrow. This is the time where God tell us, you slow down and make that major decision. Don't be in a rush to make it. I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm not sure who been praying, and I'm finished with it, Henderson. I'm not sure who needed this. I don't know if you need it like I needed it, but I needed it this morning, that it's okay to take my time to make a decision. And don't allow life or circumstances or situations to force me to make a decision that I have not prematurely assessed or prematurely count the cost by which it's going to cost me in order to do it. Sacrifice is hard. And when you make that sacrifice, there's a part of you that leaves. Don't you know every season of your life take a part of you away? Every relationship take a part of you away. Every friendship take a part of you away. Every transaction in your life, whether it's to bless you or whether it's something's going to leave, a part of you leave. When a person die in your life, they take a part of you. Everything. But listen, it's you got to slow down and make this major decision. I'm not sure who I'm talking to, but I promise you to God, this morning I heard him very clearly. As I start my fasting today, and as I started praying, God started telling me about you. Ain't that something? Well, I'm trying to tell him about me. He said, "Oh, I got you, but you go tell them." I got you, but you go tell them. Slow down and make the right decision. When I was working in construction, they said, you measure twice, cut once. Count the cost, little brother. That's what they used to tell me. Don't be stupid. Don't run into nothing prematurely, or don't run into anything that you have not considered how much it's going to cost you. Father, in the name of Jesus, I thank you this morning because you're God, and beside thee, there is no other. I pray this morning, Father, from the top of each person's head to the soles of their feet that's listening to me this morning, that you give them poise and cadence and a rhythm, Lord, by which you have given all of your children to make great decisions. I pray this morning, Father, that someone is on the brink of a decision they have to make, Lord, that's going to literally revolutionize not just their life, but they're going to revolutionize their grandkids' lives. Lord, when they make the right decision. I pray this morning the trepidation, the trembling, the nervousness, the fear, the anxiety, God, that comes with it, is not compared to the victory, to the blessing, to the curse breaking moment that you are providing for somebody. Somebody is about to make a decision, Lord, to expose them to stuff that their grandparents prayed for. And I thank you this morning that you've given us a word to touch their hearts, but most importantly, to touch their minds, to challenge their thought life, that this morning they are capable, they are well prepared. They are, Father, they are ready to do it. They are ready to walk into it. They're ready to grab hold to it. Their hearts is ready. Their minds is ready. Their hands are sweaty, but their motives is right. I pray this morning, God, Father, that each and every person that is making these decisions this morning, that God, Father, they will thank you later and thank you right now. Oh God, I praise you this morning for the miracles by which you have performed for us, for the miracles you are going to perform for us, but for the miracle that we are this morning. I thank you this morning for the miracles you perform for us, for the miracles you are going to perform for us, but the miracle that we are now. I thank you this morning for the miracle that you have performed for us, for the miracles that you are going to perform for us. But oh God, I will not forget that I'm a miracle now. It's in Jesus' name I thank you. It's in Jesus' name I pray. And everybody in the comment section said, amen. Come on. I need everybody this morning. I need really everybody. If that word was for you, if that word touched your heart in any capacity, I need you honestly to type amen. Hey, listen, if you're not following us this morning on any one of these platforms, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification. Facebook and Instagram, would you follow us and hit the notification button? All right, come on, y'all. We can't lead a line without saying this together. We can. Yes, Lord, we will. In Jesus' name, this story cannot end until you and I win. I love y'all for real, man. Y'all have the most amazing day of your life. What's up, man?